Well, very good morning, guys. What are we talking in the last class? We've just been discussing about how to configure the Google authentication, right? Okay, we'll do it today. Google, Facebook, both the two things. How to authenticate Google, how to authenticate, how to register under the Google and how to register under the Facebook first. Okay, both these two things we'll see today. See, the first thing is if at all you want to enable Google authentication, if at all you want to enable the Google authentication, as I said to you in the last class, first you just required to go for registering your application under Google. First, you're required to register your application under Google. For that, there is a website, console.cloud.google.com. console.cloud.google.com. Okay, so once after open this thing now, the next thing what you just required to do is you're just required to go for creating a application here. You just required to create a application here. So once you come log into this, you'll be finding an option called as a create project. You'll be finding an option called as a create project. Yeah, actually, if you don't have any projects, you'll find a button here called create project. Because I already have one project already created here. So it is just showing us the project name here. And here I have a new project option. Click on the new project. So search for it, either create project or new project. You'll be finding an option. Click on that. So we're going to create a new project. So basically it has given us the option to create 12 projects for us. 12 projects are allowed to create for it. And you can just go for paying and they get extra project creations also. Okay, 12 project creation is already available. You can just see you here, you're going to give a project name now. So I'm giving a name, NIT. Okay, I have a project called NIT Customer Management already. So let us give it a NIT 7 Customer Management. Is that clear? So that is my project name, NIT 7 Customer Management. Okay, so here you'll be finding a location, no organization. So leave it and click on create. So it will create you a project. It is going to create you a project now. A project is created. Once after creating the project, click create, which will create the project. Now go to navigation menu, which is present on the left hand side. So this is the navigation menu. This is the navigation menu. So go there. In that you're required to choose the option APIs and services. You're required to choose the option APIs and services. Okay. APIs and services. Under that, library. APIs and services under that library is what you're required to select. Okay, yeah. Welcome to the API manager. It will show you an option here. Just type Google plus API. Select the option called Google plus API. Yeah, you'll be getting the Google plus API here. Select it. Click on manage. When you click on the manage, it is showing you the quotas and all the appropriate information to you, but Google Plus API has been created over there. Okay. So that's what you're just required to do. Library, Google Plus API, which opens a window. Click on Google Plus API, then click on enable button. Yeah, we've done that. What next? Now in the left hand side top, we'll find this option. APIs and services. Okay, now you'll get the option APIs and services. Click on that. And now click on enable APIs and services. First you click on the left hand side. I given very clearly about it here. Google Plus API and APIs and services. Click on it, which opens a new window. Okay. APIs and services. Enable APIs and services. No, not this. This bloody attack, they'll keep on changing it regular. The options once you find will not be available again. Okay, just a minute. You are, yeah, the mistake is the old project is selected there. The old project got selected. Enable APIs and services. Afterwards, that you'll find an option, what consent screen. Where is it? Yeah, here you have in the left hand side. Okay, they changed it again. So when you select that option, APIs and services, when you select the option APIs and services, click on it, which opens a new window, but it is not opening a new window. Click on it, which displays the option below. Options below. Select what consent screen. Here is the option, what consent screen. Okay. Now what you'll do is, you'll be finding a create button here. Click on this create button. You'll be finding a create button. Click on the create button. Now it will ask you what is the app name. What this consent screen is, the consent screen is when the user clicks on Google, this window will open and you can just give your consent to log in by using Google. You can give your consent by just logging through using Google. Otherwise, cancel, we close off the window. Okay, what do you want to do? You want to log in or not? So when you click on Google, this window will open and you need to give your consent there. And remember guys, when you open this, basically it has to show some application name to the user. So what application, for what application? That's what it'll ask you, app name. It'll ask you the app name here. Give your app name here. What is your app name? NIT7 customer management. So when the window opens, this app name will be shown there. Support email ID. What is the support email ID? Oh God. Just creating from NIT Help Center account. Just a second. Okay, ignore it. NIT, give your email ID. NIT Help Center 1234, whatever it is. After entering the support email ID, in the below you'll be finding a developer contact information. There also enter the email ID. Here I'm giving my email ID, m.bangaraju@gmail. The developer contact, any developer contact, you can just go, whatever it is. Click on save and continue. Now, in the left hand side, you'll be finding the credentials option. Now click on the credentials in the left hand side and click on create credentials. Credentials, create credentials. And here it will ask you OAuth client ID, I think. OAuth client ID. Here select the option OAuth client ID. Here it will ask you what type of application is yours. Mine is a web application. Select that. Mine is a web application. Okay, select that option. Now give a name to it one web application client name. It will ask you for a name. Just give some name. Simply some like a web client. Is a web client application. Okay, something, any name you like, web client or something. Otherwise, I just giving the name as NIT client. NIT client. Or NIT7 client, NIT7 client, some name for it. Below that, you'll be finding authorized JavaScript origins. Authorized JavaScript origins. Under that, you'll be finding a add URI button. Click on it. And here, give the address or the URL of your website. Give the address or URL of your website. What is the address or URL of the website? When you run your project, it will show you HTTPS localhost : port number. That is what you're required to give. So to find, to get the URI of your site's home page, go to Solution Explorer. If your project, right click on the project and select properties, which opens a project property window, and select debug. And scroll down to bottom and right hand side, select the checkbox, enable SSL, which displays the URL. Copy that URL port number here. So how to get that means, you already know, without all this particular thing, simply run here. When you run in the browser, address bar, it will show you. Run your project in the address bar, it will show you. Copy that and paste it. That's all. Just simply I'm running off. I'll get it in the address bar. Just to copy that one. Copy this. Come to your browser and just give that. HTTP localhost 44312 is your website URL. And authorize the redirect URL. You'll be finding an option called as authorize the redirect URL. So what you require to give is the same thing only, the same thing. After giving this, you're required to say sign in hyphen Google. It is sign in hyphen Google. Just a minute. Sign in hyphen Google. What is that? It will take you to the sign in page of the Google now. It will take you to the sign in page of Google. So what you should enter? Sign in hyphen Google is what you're required to enter. And click on the create button. In the bottom you'll have a create button. It will create you. When it is created here, what happens, it will provide you one client ID and a client secret. What is that? Simply some like user ID and password. It will give you one user ID and password. That user ID and password should be used in the application. When we use that user ID and password in your application, when the user clicks on the Google, automatically with that user ID and password, it will connect with Google now, and it opens you the Google login screen. So user can log in by using that Google authentication. Did you understand me? Okay. So copy this now. Copy the client ID. Copy. Just click on the notepad first. Later we'll see. Client ID is the client ID. Second one, client secret. What is the client secret? This is the client secret. Just like a ID and a password. It's just like a ID and a password. Client ID, client secret. Okay. So this is for Google. You're done. So, okay. So this is done here. Your application has been registered under this. Same way now, I wanted to register under Facebook also. I want to register under Facebook also. Okay. Let us do that also. Let us do the registration of Facebook also. Then finally, we'll go and we'll go for the, at a time we'll write the coding for both the topics. If you want to register under Google, Facebook, this is the URL, developers.facebook.com. Developers.facebook.com. Login. Forgot my password. Okay. So logged into Facebook. Okay. So you'll be finding an option when you log in. You'll be finding an option here called My Apps. Click on that. Yeah, already I have one app here, but I'm going to create a new app. You have an option. What is that? Create app. It'll ask you what type of app you wanted to create here. It'll ask you what type of app you just wanted to create here. You can just select the type of app you just wanted to create in this case now. What type of app do you wanted to create? Okay. You guys can see like what type of app you can just create here. What type of app? Look here. So create app. When you click on the create app, you'll be finding an option called select an app type. Select an app type. Yeah, this is select an app type. In this, choose none, guys. Choose none. Okay. Choose the none option. After choosing the none option, click on the next. Where is the next button? Next. Okay. And here it will ask you app name. Same, I'm giving the name as NIT7 Customer Management. Same name I'm just using here. App contact email ID, I'm just giving my email ID there. App contact email ID is given as my email ID. What next? NIT Customer App Contact. Click on Create App button. Create app. Asking for my password. So just giving my password, logged in. Here you're required to set up this one. Set up the Facebook login. Set up the Facebook login now. You're required to set up the Facebook login in this case. So how to set up the Facebook login? Click on the setup button under Facebook login, which asks for selecting the platform for the app. Setup. What platform? Web app, na? Web app. Select. Here also selected the same thing. Web. And here it asking the site URL. Asking the site URL. Already we have just been just a site URL. Already I said about the site URL to you. What is site URL? Stopped up the window. So this is our site URL. Come here, enter the site URL, and here just use the option now. Sign in hyphen Facebook. There we said sign in hyphen Google. Now it is sign in hyphen Facebook is what you require to give. Okay, that is your sign in URL. Click on the save button. Click on the save button. Now what? Click on Facebook login in left hand side. Where is it? Yeah, we have Facebook login in the left hand side under that settings. Yes, settings. Facebook login settings. Started access to public profile. Advanced access. Is asking to pay or what? Okay, leave it. No issues. Facebook login, which asks you for selecting the platform for the app. Choose web, you have finished. Click on the Facebook login left hand side, settings on the right. OAuth login. Now you're required to configure the OAuth login. Where is that? Facebook under that settings. And here, yeah. You're required to just go for doing this one. What? Client OAuth settings. You're required to do the client OAuth settings. OAuth login. Already selected yes. So leave the same under. See, client OAuth login. Default option is yes. Leave it. Second option. Valid OAuth redirect. Valid OAuth redirect URL. Here you're required to give that URL now. Or the URL again. Same only. Sign in. Sign in hyphen Facebook. Sign in hyphen Facebook. Again, the same thing. 2 times you're required to go. Sign in hyphen Facebook. Click on save changes. What next? We'll be finding the settings option again, where in the left hand side in the top we find another settings option, expanded under it, choose basic. Another settings option. Yeah, we have another settings option here. Say select it, under it go for basic. Here got your app ID and app secret. App ID, app secret. There we saw what? Client ID, client secret. Na? Same way here you'll find app ID and app secret. Copy. App ID. Next, app secret. Copy the app secret. App ID and app secret. Both the 2 things. What next? Right hand side, click on the save. Okay. Actually, right now, your application mode is a development mode. Your application mode is a development mode. And it works in the development environment. If at all you want to make your application live. Validity policy. See, if at all you want to make your application live, you must provide a valid privacy policy URL in order to take your application live. It will ask you for a privacy policy URL, and actually the privacy policy URL will be present here. What is the privacy policy? See, but generally every application will have this privacy policy here. See, yeah, when you are just going to log in, when you install any app on your mobile, you see, it will ask you accessing message permission. It will ask you, can I access the photos on your system? It will ask you all the permission. Like this, for every application here, we'll be having some privacy policy. So we need this privacy policy set up actually. And how do you set this privacy policy means? Actually, for setting up the privacy policy, there is a website actually. There is a website. There is one website under which we need to register for privacy policy settings. Means that will provide you all the access to you. We need to register under that website for the privacy policy. What that website is? termspeed.com. The website is termspeed.com. You go to the website, and if you provide all the information, it will give you one URL, and that URL should be brought and used under the privacy policy URL. Okay. So you go to that website now. What is the website? termspeed.com is the website. Go there. Click on the start button, and termspeed generator. It will open you a termspeed generator. So here you'll be finding privacy policy generator. You'll be finding an option called privacy policy generator. Click on the start button. Where your privacy policy used? Where you want to use it? In a website or an app? Website. Select the website. Click on the next button. What is your website URL? It is asking, what is your website URL? What is the URL of your website? So give the URL of your website. I think when you give the URL, port number, up to port number is enough. Yeah. What's the website name? Asking you what's your website name. What is your website name? NIT7 Customer Management. Customer Management. Business or individual? Suppose if you select the business, it will ask you what is the name of the company and all the things. If I select I'm an individual, ignore it. Enter your country. Enter your state. Click on next. It will ask you. Hyphen is required here. Slash only na? Slash required here. It automatically taken. I did not enter. What kind of personal information do you want to collect from? What information do you want to collect from the user? I want to collect the email address, first name and last name, phone number, address and all. You have other options. You select all the options what we have. See, if anything is not free, it will show you the price there. Right now, all these are free. Freely you can provide access to it. Click on the next. How can user contact you for any questions? How can the user contact you for any questions? By email. Okay then, give your company email ID. Okay, it's a phone number. Enter your phone number. Like this, you can just go for giving it. It's a postal address. If you're visiting my website, you're required to enter the website URL. Next. Here. What next? All the free options, click on the generate privacy policy. Here, yes, I want to upgrade the professional privacy. Okay, they're asking whether you want a professional one or not. If the professional one, it is just asking, you see, do you want to track analytical tools? $24. You want to send emails to users? $14. You want to show ads? $24. To pay products or services? $14. Like this, we just have the option. Simply if I select no, All free options will be enabled. What free options? See there, you know everything no, 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 without selecting no's for multiple times. Simply what you can do, I don't want a professional privacy policy. So click on the next. You'll have a generate button. You'll have a generate button. See, price for the privacy policy, $0. It's a free. So click on the generate. Email address required. Generate. Oh, forgot the password. Okay. None. Actually, we need to create an account here. We need to create an account. I logged in with my account. Yeah. You got it. Copy. Go to Facebook. Put in the privacy policy. Actually, it takes some time to update here. So immediately it may not turn to live. Yeah, immediately it will not be turning to live. You will be able to return to live mode immediately after fixing this. Immediately it is not going to turn into live actually. So just click on, leave it. Later on we can just make it live. Okay, so basically some condition checks and validations will be done in the background. So that takes a little bit time, but you entered all the things. Later on you can just make it live. Okay, so we have registered our application under Google also. We have registered our application on Facebook also. Both the two places I just registered. Okay, guys. Google.com. Let me go for a sign out of all accounts. Facebook also I kept it sign in, I think. Log out. Okay. I just signed off out of all my accounts. Completed now. Now, after completing this one, the next step what we just have is the next step what we just have is you're required to install the two packages now. What are the two packages? Microsoft.asp.net code.authentication.google, Microsoft.asp.net code.authentication.Facebook. Same way you have Microsoft ASP.NET code.authentication.Twitter and Microsoft.ASP.NET code.authentication.Microsoft also. Windows, there is Microsoft. That all options are available. You are required to install the two packages now. Come on, go to your application, tools, NuGet package manager. What are the two things? Microsoft ASP.NET core.authentication. Select up to there. Select up to there. You select up to there. You can find all options here. See there? Facebook, Twitter, Microsoft, Google. So first I'm installing Google. If you type .google, only Google will show. If you leave it there, all options will come up now. Okay. Actually, as a version here, actually latest version is coming up there. Just be careful when you're installing. If it shows you an error, just a minute, I'll tell you. I think actually what happened is, it has a version 7.0. It has a version 7.0. What is today's date? 10th, na? Today is 10th, right? Actually, there is an official launch of 7 today. I think. Yes. Oh, 8th only. It was released on 8th only. Actual plan is 10th. Yeah, that's what. What happened is 7 came off in the market. And they also updated all these things now. Are you clear? So what is the latest coming up here? 7 coming up here. That is why. Mine is 6. So 7 is not compatible. That is the error I got. You also will face the problem. So just check it out. Change here. You'll have the version option here. You can click on it and change to 6 version. Anything in the 6, no problem. Understood? Same way here also. One more time showing you. Facebook. Default, what are we taking? 7. So when I try to install, again the compatibility issues will come. Showing you, see. Are you clear? So what you'll do is, just go here, change to the last version of 6. Whatever is the last in the 6, do it. Install. Okay, done. Both the 2 things are installed. What next? The next step is, you're required to go to program.cs and register the 2 services. What services? Google service and the Facebook service has to be registered. You're required to configure the 2 services. Okay. Where you do program class. You're required to write this. You're required to add the authentication service. You're required to add the authentication services. Watch it. Builder.services.add authentication. First one. Add Google. Add Google. The first option is add Google. All of you carefully observe this. Under add Google, we have 2 things here. Did you notice it? What are the 2? Client ID. You copied them, remember? You already copied them, paste it here. Yeah, here you specify the client ID. You specify the client secret, app ID, and app secret. Client ID. Next. Client secret. App ID. App secret. Okay, now client ID, client secret, app ID, app secret. Done. All these things just been done. So that's the next step. Okay. Next. Now you're going to go to account controller, and the account controller, let's write a method. See, if you go to login.cshtml, all of you, if you go to the login.cshtml, you know that you put 3 submit buttons. And all the 3 submit buttons are submitted to, okay, last one not required, 2 submit buttons, Google and Facebook. I already said you. Name is same, value is different. So this value can be read on the server. See, what is the action method they're invoking? Louder. This is the action method what they're invoking now. External login. That is the action method. What they are invoking in this context now. External login. Let us write that action method. Account controller. We'll go for login is already done. Now we'll write a external login. If you want to be clear, you mention here. What is it? Google and Facebook. You see guys, till now, these are all the functionalities what I implemented. Register functionality, login, log out, sending email, confirm the email, forgot password, reset password. Now it is an external login. And here I'm writing one action method. What is the method? I action result external login. Two parameters. Remember the return URL? Yes or not? Second one, provider. What is this provider? Provider is the name of your button. Remember, you can read. The value will come now. What will come? Array, when you give text box name, text box value is coming now. Same as submit button name. So submit button value will come. Either Google or either Facebook. That will come for you. Okay. What next? In this, you need to write your code. What is that? Just what? Look at this code. URL.action. Yes, Don, you can use. But if you are going for, you can just use the, you can use the Azure Key Vault for that. But here in the application, you cannot use. In the application, you cannot use. Now here you need to write the client ID, client secret on it. See, basically, you understand one point. How we are exposing this code is in your project now. This code is in your project. Why that gets exposed? No, Azure Key Vault usage option is not available there. Okay. So what exactly is it now means? First, you are going to build one URL here. What is the URL? After the Facebook login is completed, you went to Google logged in here. After the Google login is completed, array, Google page opened, where you need to come back again. Are you clear or not? After the login is completed, I want to come back to an action method called as callback. Any name you like here, callback. Controller, and see the URL. In the URL, you see what is the return URL? Array, you understand? You want to go to index page or you want to go to selected page? Selected page or index page? You cannot tell selected page na. From index only I said login, then it has to come back to index page only. From add customer I went to login, then it has to come to add customer. Okay, so it is just going to build. It is just going to build. It is going to build the URL per you. What is this? Basically, frankly speaking, here this is a return URL. Return URL means you go there and come back again. You go to Google or Facebook and come back again. Return where you want. That's what I call a callback. Callback means coming back again. Okay, it will build one URL. Now, sign in manager dot configure external authentication properties. You are just required to configure to go to the external authentication now. And here, what is the external authentication? Facebook or Google or provider? Provider will tell you Facebook or Google. So configure my application to go to Google. Configure my application to go to Facebook. And the second parameter is after completing that, where you need to come back again. After completing that, come back to callback. Okay. And next, return new challenge request. Means basically after building all these things, now I need to call this method. What is the method? Challenge request. What this challenge request will do? The challenge request will now take you to Google, gather all the information from there and brings you back to the callback. Brings you back to the callback now. Now you need to write another method now. What is the other method? Callback. Okay, we debug here. We debug and see. So let us just go with the callback also. So I will explain you the code of the callback. Hold on. I will explain this one in the process of execution. In the process of execution, I'll tell you one by one line. So first, I put the breakpoints now. Let me run. So what opens first? Index page, correct? Okay. Guys, I signed out my Google, I signed out from my Facebook. Already logins are not there. Click on login. I want to go with Google. Click on the Google. Now it will call you the method. Which method? What came here? Return URL. Return URL is empty. Why? You came from index page only. There is no return URL. When you will get the return URL? If you go to add customer or edit customer or something, then you have a return URL. Next. Provider name is Google. Now you are just going to build a URL. You're going to build a URL now. Account callback means you're coming back to so and so location once the authentication is completed. Now the configure external authentication properties will configure the things. Means it won't go there, it will configure. It's just going to configure all the required properties for it. So it will configure you all the required properties for it. Like what? The redirect URL, what are the parameters you're passing? No parameters are there. Some information, it will gather all the things. What is the login provider? Google. It will just store some information in this format and none of our business, but this is going to do the configuration work. Now, when I call this method, which method? Challenge request. Now guys, watch it. You are going to Google now. Check it out. Choose an account. Continue to NIT 7 customer management. Did you notice it? This is the app name I shown you. See, this is what it's showing you. Already these are the accounts you have. You want to continue with this particular account or you want to use a different account? It's asking now. Now I want to continue with my account here. I'm just going to continue with my account. Click on next button. Once the login is completed, see now, it came back to the callback now. It came back to the callback method. What is the return URL? Again, I'm telling you, return URL is null. So what am I doing first? First, I'm checking. Is return URL null or empty? It is null or empty. What is the return URL I'm telling you? // means the root folder of the project means nothing but HTTP localhost port number means index page. It will come to index. If there is a return URL, then what will happen? The actual return URL will be taken. If it is null, then this is coming. So are you clear with the first if condition? So right now, it will come here and it will take the return URL as // next. What are you doing? See, you are creating the instance of the login model class. You are creating the instance of the login model class. Okay, what are you doing with this? I'll tell you. First, sign in manager dot get external login info async. You're going to get the information from the Google now. What information? The email ID and all the details will come from Google. The email ID and all those details will be coming from the Google now. From that information will come from the Google. So it will bring all that information. You see this info will provide all the information from the Google basically. Provider key, display name, various things it will gather from there and bring you. From where? It will bring in from Google, your Google account because you logged in. Now, if it is a null, no, it is not null. If it is null, what it will show you? Error loading external login information. Error loading external login information is the message it will show you. Okay. Again, it will launch you the login. No, info is available. Because info is available, it is coming here. Now, the sign-in manager is trying to log in into your application by using the external login. Carefully observe. The sign-in manager is trying to log in into your application by using the external login. Is the tricky thing now. Understand? What is that? It is trying to sign in into your application by using the external login. Okay, but this fails. Why this fails? This is the first time I logged in by using Google. So that information is not available in my records. That information is not available in my records. Where it will be? It will be present for you under a table. Let me show you. Audits are not there. You should do that. Tables here. Not user. User logins table. There will be a table called as a user logins table. And the user login table, here it will show you, it will store that information. What is the login provider, provider key, display name, and your user ID. That information will come here. Are you clear? Do you have any information in the table? It will verify that only. What it will verify? For this user, means you are trying to log in, you got the things from the Facebook now. Sorry, from Google. Google gives the email ID. With that email ID, is then a person available or not, it will verify you. Are you clear? So this is empty now. Because this is empty, all of you, this fails. All of you, check it out. It is trying to sign in by using the external. Succeeded is false. Understood? If succeeded is true, it will redirect you to the URL. Finish, over. But you failed. Because you failed, now it will come to here. Now it is picking the email ID from Google. It is picking the email ID from Google. I given the email ID in the Google. With the Google email ID, it is just trying to pick out. What is my email ID? See? Are you clear? Now tell me, with this email ID, with the same email ID, do you have a user account in your database already? With this email ID, there is a user account in your database already or not? Yes. I should have tried with another email ID that you are. I'll try with another email ID also next. Okay, hold on. With this email ID, there is a user already in my database now. Correct or not? Who is it? bangarraju.madla. I already created that account to you with this email ID. Because the user is already available with this email ID. See what is it telling? Email ID is not null. It is trying to find in the current database, is there any user with this email ID? Yes. Available. Available. Who is the user? My user account here. Are you clearer or not? My user account is there. Because it is already available, what is it going to do? You know, the user is not null, right? Because the user is not null, what is it going to do? It is going to add this user to the login table. It is going to add the user to the login table. In the sense, guys, watch. And this is my user ID. If you want to go to your users table, there you will find this user ID. See, Asp Net users table is here now. So go there and here, see my user ID. What is my user ID? 8C88 something. Are you clearer or not? Okay, fine. So what next? What next here? It will sign in into the application and redirect you to the home page. Are you clear? Just a second. We'll try another way now. Let me close Google or the gmail.com. Let me sign out of my account. We'll sign out. If I don't sign out, next time automatically take off that credentials and go off. That's way. See now, I will give you a different user account now. Login. Google. Yeah, already explained you about this method to you. Just a minute, guys. We'll try like this now. Go to customer. Go to customer. Go to add new customer. Now go to Google. Guys, watch. There is a written URL. Is that clearer or not? Means once the login is completed, bring it back to add customer. Okay. What next? Google page will open. Now I'm logging with the second account. This user is not in my records. Hello. Okay. Verification code. Two-factor authentication is there because we just already said you, if you want to use mailing application, two-factor authentication should be enabled. We enabled it. That's why. So. Next. Authentication is an ocean here. If you want to learn that, that's a big ocean. Lots things will be there. Okay. Coming back. You see now, you got the URL back. And all of you carefully observe. Is this null or empty? No, it is not null or empty. So it is not going inside. So the return URL is not root. The return URL is the existing value. Okay. Now see, it is creating the instance of the login model. Afterwards, get external login async. Okay. Now all of you carefully listen. It is going to get the external information now. From where? From Google. Now is the info null? No, info is not null. Now it is trying to perform a login. Now tell me, with this user, is there any record present in the users table? No. In the users table, we don't have. Users table, we don't have. Okay, sorry. Logins table, not users table, logins table. Login table, we don't have. Listen, this is for M.Bangaraju, not for the other one, that is superhero something, that account is not there. So, information is not available. So, succeeded is false. Because the succeeded is false, coming to else part. From there, it will bringing the email of the user. What is the email of the user? See? That is the email of the user. Are you clear? Tell me. With this email, is there any user in your table? No. With that email, there is no user in my table now. With which email you have? M.Bangaraju. So, there is no user. Because there is no user, what is going to happen? See, this user will return null. Array, find by email, that will return you null. Null. Because this is null, it is creating a user account. See now. It is creating a user account. And from that, it is just trying to pick up the appropriate information of the user and create a sync. It is going to create the user account. It is creating the user account. And just guys watch. Execute SQL. User account is created. Correct? And see the key. What is the key? 5248 something. Come to this table. Still here nothing happened. First user created there. Next it will come here. Okay. Next. Add login async. And this add login async will add you into this table. Watch. Refresh. Sorry. Execute. Got it. Are you clear? Next. Sign in. You're signed in. Next, local redirect. Which one? Customer, add customer. You see the email ID, you logged in with NIT Health Center. Are you clearer or not? Okay, Facebook is live or not? No, I can't tell you because I said you, that application is not live still. But let us try luck. If it works, no issue. Login. Yeah, continue as it is just giving you access. NIT 7. See, some of the permissions are not approved for use by Facebook still, because I said you the application is not still live. So continue as Bangar Raju should take me into this. Again, the same story, same thing repeats. I logged in. And you see now, all of you, in this, for Bangar Raju, two things will be there. One is Google, one is Facebook. Is it clear? So we logged in into the application by using both the two things. So did you understand what you're doing? Okay, just a second. Now tell me, log out. Again, want to log in by using Google. Is the problem. The page did not come. What did not come? Already you logged in the browser. Yeah, that's where the page did not come. Okay, that's what the problem I said here. So just to do one thing. First come here, sign out of all the user accounts. A little bit cautious. Sign out. Yeah, I signed out of all my user accounts. But still, stop the application. Otherwise, cookies and all will be stored off in the memory and they will be used off. Now see the difference in the steps. Because already the user account is available in the database now. But not click on logout. Huh? And the cookie data got stored off here. Login, Google. Choosing my account. Next. You see guys, now also there is no return URL because from index page only we went. So it is setting as project root folder. Next, login model. Next, get external info. You got the external info. Now see, external login sign in async. All of you carefully observe. This will be successful now. Why? The information is already stored in the login table. Array, the information is already available in the login table. And this sign in result will be true now. It is not false. Earlier I shown you that is false. But you can see now it is succeeded. It is succeeded. If sign in is succeeded, simply redirect. Remaining all the steps not required, not required. When do you require the remaining steps? If the user, if you are not in the login table, if you are not in the login table, then it will verify you in the users table. See the process. First it will take you login table. No, you are not there. Then it will take you in the users table. You are not there. First it will insert a record into users table. Next it will insert a record into login table. Are you clearer or not? Okay, another scenario. First it checked in the login table. You are not there. Next it checked in the user table. You are there. Then user is not created. Only login. Insert into login. Third scenario. You are in the login table. No need to go to remaining now. Do you understand me? I'll show you. See. Not in login table. What to verify now? Check in users table. Check in users table. Okay. Not in users table. What to do? Create a user. Okay. And store in users table. Afterwards, create a login and store in login table. Is that clear? Second scenario. What is that? Not in login table. Check in users table. Available in users table. What to do? Clearer? Next. Third scenario. What is third scenario? Not in login table. Already available in login table. Yeah. I create a login table and perform login. Here also. Perform login. Yeah. Available in login table. Available in login table. Perform login. There only to stop. Did you understand? First, it will verify in the login table, not in login table. Okay. Are you in users table? No, not in user table also. Then I'll first create you in the users table. Then I'll create you in the login table and then I will log in. Second scenario, you're not in login table. You're not in login table, but you're available in users table. Then I'll create a login and login. You are in login table. And if you're in login table, you will be in users table also. Correct or not? Because in the login table, the user ID is from user table only. You will be in the user table. So no problem for that. So automatically perform a login. Perform a login. That's how you're just going to do it. Write the condition there. Write the condition. You don't want access to Google users, but who are already registered in your application. Okay. If that is the case, guys, see what is his question is. Now our application has a public access. See, read it. Our application is accessible to all the users who have login account, right? Okay. Can we restrict up to access to Google users, but who is already registered in your application? It's only for like Raju only want to give access. I don't want to give access to superhero. Do you understand my point? Very simple here. Check in users table. Not available in users table. Stop him there. Did you understand, Sai Kumar? Check in login table here. Check in login table. Not present. Check in user table. You are present. Provide access. Check in user table. You are not present. If you are not in user table, I don't want to give you access. Stop there. Don't write the remaining code. Return. Did you catch my point? Simple. So what is this question is? You want to give, see, M. Bangaraju is already registered first now. So access should be given to M. Bangaraju. NIT Help Center, superhero account is not registered. So access should not be given to superhero. So here only we got what is that? Not in login table. Now check in. Available in users table. Fine. Okay. Next. Not in login table. Check in. Not in users table. Stop him. Finish now. There only stop off. Don't go beyond. Okay. It's a simple thing here. The condition check what you're required to do. That's all. So are you clear with external logins? Okay. So guys, actually, yeah. I just promised you I'll show you just like a project and everything I included for you into this. Coming from database coding, I just shown you about how to handle client errors, how to handle server errors in the application, all those particular things. I enabled normal forms authentication. I enabled Google authentication, everything, just like a mini project I shown you this particular application to you. In this only I have adopted dependency injection also. We have code with XML also. We have code with SQL also. Everything is there. Our next step is hosting the application on Azure. That's our next thing here. In next class, I'll show you hosting our application onto the Microsoft Azure. Guys, actually, guys, it's a sudden work. It's an urgent work. I'm leaving out of station today. I'm just leaving out of station. Maybe I'll not available tomorrow, day after tomorrow also. Friday, Saturday, I'll not be available. Actually, my plan is to come back on Sunday. I will, all of you just stay tuned in a WhatsApp group. If I am available on Sunday, I will show you posting on Sunday. Are you clear? I'll just put your message in the WhatsApp group. I'll put the message in the WhatsApp group. If I'm available, I'll show you hosting on Sunday only. If I am not available, then I'll show you on Monday. This is one session here. Next, Web API. Web API, I don't require to give you any introduction to you. Just 2 sessions for Web API and 1 session for, I said I'll show you Angular integration into .NET projects, 1 session. So just 4 sessions. Yeah, unfortunately, if I'm available, we'll be finished on Sunday only. Okay, but I didn't work. I need to go out of station. I'll not be available. I'll post a message in Facebook, in your WhatsApp group. If I'm available on Sunday only, I'll show you the hosting. Okay, let's stop here, guys.